So, welcome everyone. My name's Renee McLaughlin, and I'm a certified health coach and a movement expert. And today I am really excited to share with you a new friend, a new Facebook friend that I found by just sharing some of my own experience with the Tranont products. So, I was kind of posting about some of the great new products that we have, and Jamie saw it and she reached out to me just to get some information. And since then, we have become fast friends, and I'm so thrilled. So I'd like to introduce Jamie to you. And Jamie, just share with me, like, where were you at when you first saw some of the things that I was posting?
Yeah, so I was kind of just stalking your posts a little bit and kind of kept coming back to it, I guess. So I was having originally what my intention was to use the products as like a weight loss. Of course, everybody wants to lose a few pounds, right? Especially before summer. And
Right.
so that was my original. That's why I originally started looking further into it, was as a weight loss help, I guess. And then, sorry, my phone rang. But then once I went on and I ordered a few things, I got the daily health system first.
Yeah.
And then there was like a sale going on. So I was like, let me see what else I want. So I think I got the Mojo, the Enrich, and the Glow, in addition to the daily health system. So that's what I've started with. And I was in the triple, what's it called? What's the page?
The ripple effect.
Yes, the ripple effect. Yeah,
Group. It's such a great group.
Yes. And so I was kind of looking at the products that I got and, what they're really good for. And so then from there, I've just started using and going from there. But that's how I started. Was mostly I was starting for weight loss, and then I've just had more benefits that we'll talk about.
All right, that sounds wonderful. Yeah, the ripple effect is just a group that we have where people share their experience with our different products. And what you see when you go in there is just, these products are just so impactful for so many different things. And so, and yet they were very purposefully put together to really help specific issues that we're all dealing with. And that's why that group is so wonderful, because you really get to explore, oh, I have this situation. You can search, and people that have had that situation and use the products come up. So it's really, really helpful.
It's very helpful. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's just been amazing. So, okay, so you got some of the products, and so just share, like, what were some of the first things that you noticed when you went on?
So I definitely think one of the first things that really stood out is the not being tired, that afternoon slump that most people experience at like 2:00. I was definitely experiencing that, and that stopped. And it wasn't even that I noticed it, honestly. Because there were a couple days that I was like, okay, normally I'll lay down and like take a little, 20, 30-minute nap. And I tried, but I couldn't fall asleep. Like, I was just like, I wasn't tired, and I was like, all right, let me just forget this and do something productive. So I'm way more productive around the house. I will say that for sure. I'm not tired. I don't have the brain fog that I had. And that wasn't something I was really expecting to experience, because I just felt like this was something that I was going to live with for the rest of my life, having brain fog and just not, having to take a nap every day at 2:00 or something like that. But I really think that was the first thing that I was kind of like, hey, and then just not being hungry, not that afternoon snacking. Like, I'm the person who eats a meal and then was like, I always need something a little sweet afterwards, and I don't crave that anymore. So it was all kind of happening pretty fast. And I was a little bit shocked, I guess, really honestly, because I didn't think it would work well.
So let's just unpack just one or two things on what you just said.
Yeah.
All right. Number one, you didn't really think it would work. I think that's really crucial, in that, you don't necessarily have to have a big belief system around it.
Right.
Number two is that if I would have said to you before, probably. So, Jamie, do you think you have any metabolic issues?
I mean, I've been like, well, I'm in my 40s, so,
Right, and
whatever.
what does that really even mean, right? Like, I'm not
Right,
even
right,
sure, like, "No, I'm not diabetic," and so
right.
the reason I say that is because we have so many symptoms
Hmm.
that we just say, "Oh, it's because 'cause I'm getting older. Oh,
Yep.
it's because 'cause I'm in perimenopause," right? We have all these stories that we tell ourselves, but guess what? That afternoon fatigue is a metabolic issue.
Hmm.
It's showing that your blood sugar has gone
Yep.
high and crashed. So
Yes.
there are metabolic issues happening, and that's a symptom of that,
Right.
right? That the hunger and the
Mhm.
craving for sweets,
Yep.
brain fog. We just think, oh, it's just, and it can be hormonal, but
Right.
metabolic health is about
Right.
hormones.
Yes, I've learned a lot.
Right, like insulin is a hormone,
Mhm.
cortisol is a hormone. These
Yeah.
are all hormones. We think it's just estrogen and progesterone and we're done. No,
Yeah.
there's this whole cascade and it's all about metabolic health. So, with the daily health system, it is a system that really addresses our metabolic health from
Mhm.
lots of different angles. So, we have the Transform, which
Yep.
addresses the insulin spikes and drops.
Right.
Wow, I'm no longer tired in the middle of the afternoon, right?
Yep.
There's so many things. And then the hunger, the cravings, the activate really helps that. So we're really doing it from all these different aspects.
Yep.
And when you attach it like that, all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, right?
Yeah.
You didn't realize it. And that's exactly what you were happening. So that is
Yeah.
a beautiful thing.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, and it's just, you know, I wake up in the morning. I'm typically up pretty early. Um, and then I'm going for walks every day now. I was not doing that before, honestly. And so I'm just making sure I'm hitting at least 10,000 steps a day, which I'm doing every day now. And I mean, I haven't done that in a very long time. So yeah, so I feel really good, which, is great. But I don't know if we want to move on to the other aspects. So once, is that good? You want me to go ahead and, okay,
Absolutely.
cool.
Yes.
So the other thing that has been huge is, I was using the products, and then Enrich was one of the products that I got, and it's the digestive enzyme. And so I had added that to my cart, kind of like, I don't really have gut issues, but everybody kind of needs to, heal their gut, right? So
Yes.
I added that, but like my daughter has gut issues and always has. She's 20 tomorrow. So she's always had these issues. She has trouble eating dairy, but she loves ice cream. So she eats it and just deals with the after effects. And then she's, had eczema growing up, just different things like that. But I was like, hey, I think you should try taking this and, see what happens. Just the digestive enzyme. That's all, she started with. And so she can't swallow pills, even though she's 20. So she breaks the capsule open and then she puts it in a little bit of applesauce and then eats it that way. So she, tried it, and I would remind her the first couple days. Well, we went to where we live. There's this really amazing ice cream place. It's like, there's over 50 flavors, like all made in house. It's so good. We all love it. So we went to get ice cream, and she was like, the next day, she's like, hey, I ate that ice cream and I had no stomach issues afterward. And that's like, I'm not kidding, not ever happened to her. And so she was just like, wow. So then I was like, well, what about maybe we want to start you on the Transform, because it will create more fiber for you and help those issues as well. So a combination of the Enrich and the Transform. And again, she's got to break it open, puts it in the capsule, eats applesauce, whatever. But, and she said the same thing, like that is helping her as well. But what she said one day, because, she's almost 20, which she feels like is halfway in the grave, And so she's like, what's weird is she's like, she's a terrible eater. She eats like a toddler, and she doesn't eat a lot, but she eats, like she likes chicken nuggets, and she, Chick-fil-A, she would go to every day if she could, and then she eats snack cakes and Pop-Tarts and just really, really not good food. So she was eating a toaster strudel for breakfast, and she would make her, 2 toaster strudels, and then she would take 2 packets of the icing and put those on top, but she would only put one on top of both of them, and then she would eat the icing after the other one. I didn't know she did this, but whatever, she's 20. So she was like, I was eating that and I could only eat one of those toaster strudels and it didn't even taste good. So I had to throw the other one out and I couldn't eat the icing. And I was like, okay, and I didn't put it together yet either, and she goes, I guess I'm just getting older and my taste buds are changing. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, girl, I think it's probably that transform because it's helping, with the cravings and with your, I don't know, your taste buds or whatever. So she's like, I came home from work and I was hungry and I wanted the meatballs you made last night because I made these like chicken meatballs or whatever. She's like, I wanted meatballs. And normally she's like, I would go in there and get like a snack cake or whatever. So I see the most with her as far as her with, being able to eat dairy again and it not affecting her. She's not craving all those sweet foods like she was, and she's making better choices. And she's little, she's tiny, she's very petite. So she doesn't like have weight to lose, but her gut, is just going to be better. And now, she works a full-time job. So when she was coming home in the evenings after her drive home, she was so tired. So like not motivated to do much. I could get her to go on a walk with me or whatever, but like she wasn't working out. And she used to be in sports and stuff, so she would work out and stuff, but she's been going almost every day when she gets home from work. Now she's been going to the track and like running and like doing exercises and stuff. So is it coincidence? Maybe, but it's all coming in, it's just hard to believe, honestly, but I do think it is all related. So
oh, Jaime, that's wonderful. Yes, it is all related. And I love just how you did that because this is how we think, right?
Yeah.
Well, now when something's really good, we're like, oh, it's probably not that.
Right.
Yeah, it's that.
Right. I know. It's like crazy.
It's so crazy. But again, that's why I always love to say that these products for me are tools, yes. Right? And they're tools that we can put in to help ourselves do the lifestyle things we know we need to do in
right.
order to be healthy. So for her, it really helped her get her energy back, right? Yep. When you're doing all that sugar high and low, I don't care that you're tiny or not. Metabolic issues are not just about weight. And we have to really switch that around because it's about health and it affects every system in the body. And so I love that. And hopefully too, as she gets a little older, there are a lot of other female hormone balance things that happen. And this will really help her. I love that. That is fabulous.
Yeah, her story is really good. So I'm excited to see like how it continues to play out for her. Cause
yes,
her gut health has always been bad. And not that we didn't contribute to that, her growing up, but
it's okay. And the thing with the Enrich, just for people to understand, the reason that she's having such great results is this. There are so many digestive enzyme products, probiotic products on the market. Let's face it. There are gazillions to choose from. But the reason I think that so many people are having results with this one where they've never had results before is because of the specific enzymes that have been put in there. It's very, very comprehensive. So there are enzymes that break down dairy. There are enzymes that break down the gluten, that break down all the different types of proteins and fats and fiber, along with pro and prebiotics. So there's just so much goodness in these little tablets.
Yep.
Or capsules. It's just absolutely amazing. And so, people who never have been able to eat this before without an issue are really able to do that and then hopefully help the gut heal as we go along. So isn't it fun to be able to help your family feel better? Yes. I know, it's so great. Well, Jaime, thank you so much for coming on and sharing this. And I can't wait to continue to talk with you and see how you're going to have more and more of these great results.
Yes, me too.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Renee. All right, bye-bye.